Back to live action. Sixers have it out of the timeout. Lou Williams back in. Sixers down 3. Here's Iguodala for the tie. Missed it. Rebound to Ratliff. Miller thinking 3. Gives it up. Marshall for the tie. Yes! Oh, yes! Donyell Marshall rips the cords with a 3, and we are locked at 98.
Heads up, savvy play off the offensive rebound by Andre Miller to pull the ball back out, survey the court, find the one man that's open on the floor, the one man that was open on the floor, cross-court pass to Donyell Marshall, who has delivered big 3 threes in the game for him. What a decision by Tony DeLeo late in the fourth to stay with him, leave him in the game in place of Thaddeus Young, and that's our AT&T call of the game. The call made by Tony DeLeo to leave Donyell Marshall in the game in place of Thaddeus Young. He has delivered here in the second half and delivered a 3 that's tied the game with 34.8 seconds to go.
Donyell Marshall, huge in victories this year at Detroit. Might recall that early season victory for the 76ers where he came off the bench. That Laker game at LA, yes, it was won by the 3 by Andre Iguodala late, but Marshall kept the Sixers in it with his potency from beyond. That home Miami game late in the season against Dwayne Wade, Donyell Marshall was tremendous in that. Sixers won a game against Milwaukee at home in early April due to his blue-collar work. It is great to have a professional around in the playoffs like Donyell Marshall. The poll question brought to you by AT&T. And the majority of you say that containing Orlando's three-point shooting is the most important thing for the Sixers to do in this playoff series. And by and large, they've done that tonight.
Certainly have. By and large, have done that. Kept a player like Rashad Lewis from making a 3 till well into the second half. Hedo Turkoglu does not have a 3 in the game. 76ers running those 2 off the three-point line, and it's one of the reasons they've been able to tie this game.
And now Marshall can take a break. On defense, Thaddeus Young in for him. Each team left with a 20-second timeout. Nobody has a foul to give. We are all tied at 98. So happy you could join us here on Comcast Sportsnet. Turkoglu against Iguodala. Ratliff taking over, gives it up. Lewis thinking 3, dips in, missed it. Rebound to Andre Miller. Here come the Sixers with the clocks virtually identical. Sixers to hold it out and look for 1. Tied at 98. Into the hands of Iguodala against Turkoglu. And now the clock is stopped as the Sixers call for and get a timeout. Tony DeLeo, I thought he was going to let the clock run down, came all the way out to midcourt, pleading, screaming with anybody who would look, I need a timeout. And the Sixers using their final timeout of the game.
Amazing in these situations. You could yell at the top of your voice. But Tony DeLeo finally gets the attention of Thaddeus Young in the left corner. Thaddeus Young calls the timeout. 76ers with an opportunity here in regulation with the shot clock and game clock almost identical to take the last shot of the game to win.
Hey, listen, you got to see this live, okay? This Sixers team has come to play. The Orlando Magic, the experts heavily favoring them, not even giving the Sixers a prayer, and what do you know? An opportunity to take a late lead and maybe steal this game. Come on out for Game 3. Come on out for Game 4. Game 3 Friday at 8 o'clock. All fans get a Sixers t-shirt. Game 4 Sunday at 6:30. All fans are going to get kryptonite of all things. Sixers.com or 215-339-7676. Get your playoff tickets now.
How much fun was that Game 3 last season, Mark, where the 76ers went up 2-1 in that series? 76ers looking to go 1-up here. They've roared back to tie this game with a 33-19 fourth quarter.
A magnificent fourth quarter. Keep in mind the Sixers were down 18 here in the second half. Donyell Marshall back into the game. Lewis is on him. About a second and a half separating the clocks. Sixers without a timeout. They get it to Iguodala against Turkoglu. They spread the floor for Iguodala against Turkoglu. Andre Iguodala for the lead. Yes! Oh, yes! Andre Iguodala has done it again. 2.2 to go. The Sixers Sixers lead by a bucket.
Andre Iguodala, how do you silence 17,461 fans? Knocked down a jumper at the top of the floor with 2.2 seconds to go. Iguodala, the man, gets the ball from Tony DeLeo and delivers again for the 76ers. Isolation at the top of the floor, taking his time. Step back jump shot, and all night long, Mark, Hedo Turkoglu has not been able to get to the same airspace as Andre Iguodala. Rises up, uses his athleticism. Turkoglu has no effect on that shot whatsoever, and Iguodala knocking down a big shot to give the Sixers a 2-point lead.
Andre Iguodala, in a one-point game earlier in the quarter, had a chance to put the Sixers up by a point. If he had made both free throws, he missed both, but he put it in the rearview mirror, and now it's winning time, and the Sixers just need to hang on for 2.2 more seconds, and they'll wrap up this game one.
Ed Stefanski told us, what's that called? Instant amnesia, and great players have it. When you make a mistake, even a mistake like missing 2 free throws that could have given you the lead, put it behind you, go right back to work. How many players could do what he did? Miss those shots and then hit what could be the game winner.
What does the Magic do now?
Again, with this type of time, you don't have time really to throw the ball back to the inbounder. Turkoglu not taking the ball out of bounds. All the shooters on the floor right now, as Rafer Alston taking the ball out of bounds for the Magic.
Alston to throw it in. You get 5 seconds. Turkoglu. There's Turkoglu. No! And the Sixers have won it! The Sixers win the game! Game 1, round 1, goes to the underdogs, the Philadelphia 76ers.
76ers
tonight here in Orlando.
Almost as if it's been scripted in the entire NBA. Yesterday, 3 road teams win. 76ers come into the Orlando Magic Arena and stun them as Andre Iguodala delivers the game winner.
For the 4th time in these playoffs thus far, the road team has won game 1. D-line,